Brett Sockold here, helping you make every class Catholic. One of the concerns that I often hear from teachers is that adding some kind of explicit Catholic component to certain kinds of lessons will feel awkward or forced. And it's important to assure teachers that's not what we're asking them to do. And in fact, if you are getting like plug and play kind of lessons or ideas from ChatGPT or something that you even saw in one of my videos, and you feel pressured to do it, but it doesn't feel authentic to you, the best move is usually to pull the chute and live to fight another day. If we're doing things that feel awkward and forced to us, they're not going to have the impact we want to have with our students. We want to give them a sense of an integrated Catholic worldview, and tacking on things that feel artificial is going to do the opposite of that. And so my first permission to you as teachers is to trust your gut. If something feels authentic to you, it's probably going to work really well with your students. And if something feels inauthentic to you, it probably isn't. And it's important to recognize that this isn't primarily about the content. The same idea might work for one teacher because their own experience and expertise and spirituality and whatever else that is particular to them could make that authentic. And another teacher down the hallway with the same material might not be able to make it authentic because it's not their own. So I want to give teachers two kinds of permission. The first one is don't feel pressured to do something that doesn't feel authentic. But the flip side of this is I also want to give you permission to try and to fail, to give something a shot if you're not sure it's going to work, and then like tinker with it. See how the students react to it, how they engage. Sometimes, and this doesn't just have to do with faith integration. This is what we do as teachers every day. We try something. We have a certain image in our mind of how we hope it's going to go. Sometimes it goes even better than we could have dreamed, and sometimes it falls flat. And teachers are tinkerers. You make a note to yourself. Sometimes you say, well, that was a terrible idea. I'm never going to do that again. Sometimes you say, I think that idea still has potential, but I'm going to do this part a little differently because I learned something from my experience. Two kinds of permission for you to feel free when you're doing this work. One, don't do something that feels forced to you. And two, give yourself permission to be a little bit clunky, to try something that's not necessarily going to be perfect and to learn from that experience. One last tip related to these things. These kinds of decisions and discernment are often better made in community. Having a group of teachers, even one other teacher, or maybe if you're not in the religion department, maybe there's a theology teacher or someone who can be a bit of a resource for you. But whoever it is, having someone to bounce ideas off of, whether it's before class and you want to like hone your idea or see if they have ideas of how they might execute it, or if it's, I did this thing and it didn't go quite the way I thought, what has your experience been? These things all get easier in community. So cut yourself some slack, give yourself freedom to not do an explicit Catholic lesson plan on a given day if it doesn't feel good, and also give yourself permission to try things and fail and do everything in community. Talk to each other. We're all going to get better at this. Most of us were not trained to do this, right? And so we're going to learn as we go, and we're going to learn much better if we have the freedom both to pull the chute and to try something that's not perfect and try again next time. Hope this was helpful for you. God bless.